Hansels, they're a New Zealand-based company.
A New Zealand-based company. It's a really sort of, for me, you know, yoghurt has to be fresh. With Hansels, you're making fresh, delicious yoghurt every single time with 1 kilogram. So, you know, you can create loads of different flavours, got a wide range of flavours. It's an ingenious way of making yoghurt and really fresh tasting yoghurt as well.
Yeah, and the quicker you eat it when it's fresh, the better, of course, it's going to be for you. It's packed full of live cultures. You've got 4 active live cultures in each sachet here, including Acidophilus and Bifidus, which are 2 that I'm sure that you've probably heard of. And the big thing about Hansels is it's all natural, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. No preservatives, no additives, no stabilisers, which are often found in sort of shop-bought yoghurts. Yeah. We're all familiar with those, and the consistency is very poor as well. And later on, we're going to do a comparison of shop-bought yoghurt and Hansels yoghurt, because it is unbelievable.
Now, I would love to hear from you if you've had Hansels before from us. It's always in stock on our website. I know lots of you repeat order even when we don't have the shows. So this is an ideal opportunity for you to actually join us for the show, see how the yoghurt is made, see how easy it is, and also let us know your thoughts. If you've had it before, what do you think of it? Now, what you need to start off with, if you've not got a yoghurt maker, is the starter kit, OK? Now, this is simplicity itself to use, and we'll go into detail how you actually use it in a second, but I'll just get the facts and figures out of the way. So, basically, you're going to get your yoghurt maker. You're also going to get 3 containers that you can make your yoghurt in that goes inside the main container, and Jack will show us how to use it in a second. Then you've got 3 options. So you can either choose the thick and creamy vanilla and thick and creamy strawberry. That's the brand new variety as well. That's the first time we've actually had the thick and creamy vanilla available. And each sachet makes a kilo.
1 kilo fresh yoghurt.
Fresh, natural yoghurt. That's the first option. So you get the yoghurt maker with this, and also we're going to throw in a bag of your fantastic freeze-dried crispy strawberry, which you can add as a topping for a bit of a crunch, OK? So that's going to be added to your order. Or the other option that you can go for is the light berry and light vanilla, which is 99% fat-free. So if you're looking after your dietary intake and that sort of thing at the moment, you're very calorie conscious, perhaps that would be the one to go for.
Absolutely, yeah.
And again, you are getting your sprinkles with it as well, your crispy strawberry with the light berry and the light vanilla. So that is option number 2. And then option number 3 is your natural unsweetened. OK, now we don't actually have that here in the studio for you, but we have got a picture that we can show you. And this would be, presumably, what you would use in your cooking if you wanted to.
Absolutely, yes. I imagine that putting through your curries, or maybe you're making a tzatziki sauce. Or maybe you're putting it just on top of a soup.
OK. So those are your 3 varieties. You'll get your fantastic yoghurt maker, of course, and the pots included. Now, the thick and creamy vanilla and strawberry is in the lead. I must admit that would be the one that probably I would go for.
Yeah.
I'd probably actually go for the light as well at the same time. So I've got a little bit of an indulgence and something, obviously, that's 99% fat-free as well. $17.99 is the price. That's the Hochanda price. It is on a Freedom price as well, isn't it? Yeah, there is a Freedom discounted price on this as well. So if you're in the Freedom Club, that's a delivered price. The whole thing will be delivered to your door for just £16.19. And then, of course, you can maybe start to think about possibly having the other varieties that we have available for you as a pick and mix, OK? 117448 is your item number. OK, now, pick and mix. You can choose any 6 of these sachets that you choose at an incredible price, £16.99 for 6. What does that work out to per sachet?
Now you're going to test me, aren't you, now?
It's about just under £3. £2.83 per litre of yoghurt. That's a lot of yoghurt for that money.
It is.
And you can choose any combination. We've got thick and creamy mango passion, thick and creamy Greek-style yoghurt with honey already in it, thick and creamy vanilla yoghurt, which is the new one, that's a brand new flavour, thick and creamy Greek-style yoghurt with coconut.
My favourite.
Wow. Is it?
Yes.
And then thick and creamy strawberry as well, OK? So those are your varieties. You can choose any 6 in any combination. Maybe you want to try Jack's favourite, go for a couple of those, take his top tip. I will probably go for certainly strawberry.
I know strawberry's your favourite.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. But you can mix it however you like. So any 6 for £16.99, that's £493,805. And unopened, this has got a year's shelf life. So if you're thinking, well, I'm not going to, I don't want to make that much yogurt that quickly. Unopened, it's a year's shelf life. When you make it, it's got how long?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah. to, believe me, a kilo of this yoghurt will not last for 2 weeks in your family, or even if it's just yourself. This very lovely.
Absolutely. I mean, I go through one every 3 days.
Right. Wow.
Generally, but I'm a big guy, so I have quite big portions. But I have a big breakfast.
Okay, that's the best way to start the day. Big breakfast.
Absolutely.
Actually, great to start the day with yoghurt as breakfast. Okay, and then down the end here we've got another pick and mix for you. Now these, if you are very calorie conscious and you're looking at kind of reducing your calorie content, then this is your light berry yoghurt, your light vanilla yoghurt, and your light unsweetened Greek style yoghurt. We do also have a light classic. A classic unsweetened light, which will be the one that you would actually mix with your curries and that sort of thing, use in your cooking. We haven't got a pack of that here, but it is there as an option. Okay, and you can choose any 6 that you like for just £14.99, and that is 99% fat-free. And just to give you an idea, if I look on the back of the packaging, 100 grams of the light equates to 68 calories.
Yeah, it's really good.
Which is really, really good, isn't it?
Really good.
And again, it's packed full of those 5 live cultures, including acidophilus and bifidus as well. Now, this is £2.50 per pack. £14.99 for 6, so even better value for money and 99% fat-free. £14.99, 127542. Now, you might be wondering how on earth it works. How do you make fresh yoghurt? Is it tricky? Is it one of those machines you've got to plug in the wall and it all looks a bit scientific? It could not be simpler. It really is easy, 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 and Jack will show us in a second. Have a look at the Pick and Mix on the website. You can do it on the phones or you can do it on the web. The web is the easiest way because basically you just see it on the website there. You can see 7 5-star reviews from people who've taken the time to review it for us. What you choose? Click. Let's go berry. Okay. How many of those do you want? 2 berries. Okay. Let's have a couple of vanillas, as that's a new one. And then what about the natural? Because we can use that in our cooking as well. So it's an unflavoured classic natural yoghurt. 2 of those. That's our 6. We then go to checkout. And then it tells us that there we are, we've added those. It shows us a photograph of the 6 that we've actually chosen, and that is £14.99. It's as easy as that. Really, really easy to order. Okay.
I love that. I've never seen that.
Haven't you seen that before?
No, it's really good.
Right, Jack, how do we make yoghurt?
It couldn't be easier. 1, 2, 3 step. If you've got a kettle,
yep,
and you've got some water,
yep,
happy days, you're good to go.
Right.
Yoghurt maker, and then you've got your yoghurt pot, which we're creating as well. So the hardest thing is probably deciding which flavour to pick for me, because I like everything, but I'm going to stick with my favourite, the coconut.
Okay, I'm looking forward to trying this
style. So all we do is pour in 500 ml of water halfway up to the yoghurt container.
Yeah. And that's what, cold water?
Yeah, tepid water works best, to be honest, Dave, because the live cultures, they really don't like really cold water, right. So tepid water works best.
Okay. So room temperature.
Yeah, room temperature. Pour in your sachet.
And this is actually made in New Zealand. It's imported from New Zealand,
This is all made in New Zealand. And I guess when you think about New Zealand, it's like the premier grazing ground, isn't it, really, for cattle?
I suppose it would be, yeah.
It's incredible. So we just...
It's a part of the world I've been to Australia, but I've never been to New Zealand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd like to go.
Yeah, I've been to New Zealand. I went around in a camper van.
Oh, right.
And it's the best, it's the most beautiful place to go. There we go. Set that. So once the lid's on, we just give it a good old shake up.
Right.
Make sure it's all incorporated, all that milk powder has not got any lumps in. And then back down, and then we just fill it back up to the line with tepid water and
up to
give it
100
another
grams.
last shake.
Up to the 1 kilo.
Up to the 1 kilo. So down we go. Give it another shake, and we're good to go. Now, all we have to do is fill up our yoghurt maker up to the top of the line. Now, you do have 3 climates in here, because obviously in New Zealand the climate's a little bit hotter. So inside here you'll see a cold climate and a normal climate and a hot climate.
Yeah.
So I think in the studio we're probably on a normal climate, I imagine.
Okay, yeah.
And we just fill that up with hot water.
Up to that line.
Up to that line.
So recently boiled water.
Yeah. And then...
So this is going to come out like a jacket, is it?
Exactly. So we then leave that for 8 to 12 hours in here, preferably overnight. Leave the lid on, and in the morning you wake up with the most delicious, fresh tasting yoghurt.
What happened when Jack put that in there, you couldn't see it, and we can't obviously angle it because of the boiling hot water, but basically it goes in and it sits on a level that's around about here. So when that sits in there, the water level goes up. so it creates like an insulated water jacket, which is going to help the yoghurt to set. You don't plug it in or do anything, it just literally sits in the corner of your kitchen for 8 to 12 hours.
8 to 12 hours, and then what you have is the finished sample. So here's what I made earlier.
Right.
And the consistency is incredible. Now, this is one of my favourites. So what we'll do, we'll just get a plate and we'll just show you this consistency.
Oh my word, look. Talk about thick and creamy.
And it's almost the consistency of, you know, clotted cream, isn't it? That thick double clotted cream you get.
Without the calories of
Without
clotted
the calories. Cream. Look at that.
I've got to try this.
Really delicious. So I've got you a spoon, Dave.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. Right. So this one is the which one?
So this one's the, this is actually the Greek and honey I've got here.
Oh my word.
So for me in the morning, what a great way to kickstart your metabolism.
Oh my word.
You know, and yogurt's really good. And, you know, if you've got actually, it's really great bacteria in yogurt as well and full of protein. So if you are having a bit of an iffy stomach, I often have a few tablespoons of yogurt just to settle me down, you know. I find it a really
Jack,
good
this tastes
thing
so
to
good.
use.
I mean, anyone who knows me will know that my favourite part of the world is Greece, the Greek islands. And I'm partial to a Greek yoghurt with natural honey and fruit and that sort of thing. This is just as good as that, if not better.
Yeah, and the great thing as well, Dave, you know, when you go to the supermarkets and you often find shop-bought yogurts, you know, they've gone on journey to journey to journey from the depot to the warehouse to another warehouse to the lorry, to then they're going to the, you know, finally the supermarket warehouse and then finally the shop floor. It's gone on so many journeys. How fresh can it possibly be? You know, we're talking about billions of live cultures and of course your ABCs, you know, your Acidophilus and your Bifidus. So
I mean,
you couldn't get any better.
You couldn't get any fresher than this, and you'll get the maximum benefit from those live cultures in your yoghurt the sooner that you eat it after you've made it.
Absolutely.
Like you say, and that transporting and storing and putting on the shelf, how long has it been there? OK, yes, you have use by and sell by dates and all of that. That's there not to kind of tell you how active the ingredients are. It's there to tell you, obviously, when it's unsafe to eat. This is something that you can make when you want it, maybe the next day, and it's as fresh can be, so you're getting the maximum benefit.
Absolutely. You know, and talking off air as well, we're talking about, OK, if you don't have a yoghurt maker, buy Hansel's, but you have got a yoghurt maker, you can still buy the sachets and use them, and still use these sachets as well.
Because the concept is the same, the actual technique of making it is exactly the same. And
that's so delicious.
Normally, Greek yoghurt for me, or Greek style yoghurt, has like a bitter aftertaste very often. This, because the honey's in the actual mix, is just wonderfully and sweet, without the bitter aftertaste at all.
Well, a great thing to show you as well, you know, this is a shop-bought yoghurt. I won't name the brand, but I just bought it in one of the supermarkets. It's in a yoghurt pot.
Yeah.
And if I just get a spoon, I'll just show you the consistency. You know, it's almost like water, isn't it? You know, and this is what a lot of people are often used to having. And you know, the consistency is just not there. It's very tart. If you try the two, from the consistency, one's very tart and one's taste of actual yoghurt.
That's very bitter.
Really tart, isn't it?
Yeah, very. Whereas this is
the natural yoghurt.
Thicker, creamier, sweeter. Much more enjoyable experience, to be honest with you.
And you know, I was
and when was that made?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when was it made?
When was that one made?
And what's the shelf life on that as well? Probably, you know, 2019. That's probably going to go through to. And you know, I was in. Have you ever been to Windermere, like the Lake District?
I've been to the Lake District. Yeah.
I was in a lovely B&B 2 weeks ago. I was doing some demonstrations up there. And on the menu on this lovely B&B, it said homemade yoghurt. And I thought, that's such a lovely thing. If you've got a B&B or if you've got a guest house, or to give your guests, if you say homemade, anything homemade sounds personal, doesn't it? It makes it's just a nice experience to have.
But it's also, from like a youngster's point of view, if you've got kids that you're finding it very difficult for them to eat their fruit and that sort of thing. I can't imagine many children liking the experience of tasting that, but I can imagine most children loving, and adults as well, loving the experience of tasting this, because if they've got a sweet tooth, it tastes as if it should be very naughty, but mixing it with fruit and mixing it with oats and muesli and things like that, cereals.
Yeah, You know, it's
really good. Really
it really
good.
does. And you know, we're talking about you know, having yogurt for breakfast in the morning, which I love. But also I use it because I'm a chef. I work with loads of different food brands, and I'm always thinking of about inspiration and what I can do with the yogurt. So you know, using it in something so simple, I'm going to knock up a really quick, easy potato salad with a tzatziki. So you know, I've just got some a little bit of garlic in there.
See again, I'm on the Greek islands again, aren't I?
Exactly. We put a little bit of cucumber in there as well.
So you'd use the unsweetened yogurt, the classic?
The classic,
Right.
exactly, yeah. This is the classic one I've got here. Typically you'd use mint, but I've got chives because we're going to do chives and potatoes, so that'll work quite well. And then we put in a little bit of this yogurt. And look how thick and creamy that is.
Oh,
I mean, look at that.
Now, you just store this in the fridge for up to 2 weeks after you made it. Obviously, the sooner you eat it, the fresher it will be, because natural yogurt, any yogurt, does deteriorate with age.
Exactly. But I often find, you know, after 3 or 4 days, it's probably already gone.
Yeah.
And actually, you know, I was buying this really posh yogurt, you know, this yogurt in a tub, and it was maybe £2.50 a pop. And I was buying one every 3 days. It got really expensive, and I was adding it up. I was spending 20 quid, you know, a month on yogurt, and I was thinking, wow, with this you're getting up to a kilogram of yogurt, you know, and it lasts a long time.
And remember, the beautiful thing about the sachets is you only make it when you want it, when you need it. Maybe if you're planning a dinner party the next day, or you know that you're going to be wanting yogurt maybe on a weekend, on Saturday or Sunday, make it and prepare it on the Friday, the day before, and it's going to be as fresh can be. Not just for, you know, eating conventionally, but making fantastic recipes out of the yogurt as well. Curries. This is a wonderful, fresh potato salad. Look at this.
Lovely. I've probably drowned it a little bit in the yogurt, a little bit too much, but hey-ho. And I'll just pop that out onto a plate.
Well, I deliberately didn't have any lunch today, so I can tuck in a little bit.
And something so simple and homemade. Really, and you know, having this with a piece of fish, delicious.
Can I try that?
Please do, please do. And actually,
see, I don't normally think about using yogurt in this way, but it's a great alternative to other maybe naughtier ingredients that are out there on the market.
Well, just showing everybody how versatile yogurt can be, you know. It's not just for breakfast. And the other thing, you know, Nadia, who works for Hansel, said, oh, this is a really nice, simple, this is what she has for lunch most days. And what she does, she just gets a little bit of this tzatziki and she just puts it on some, these sort of healthy, crispy bread things.
This is what when I was losing my weight, this was the sort of thing I would be having as a snack. I ditched bread completely.
Oh, really?
And I went on to like the crispy breads.
Yeah.
And it helped, it really did.
Yeah, and just something really quite simple, with just a few tomatoes, a bit of the yogurt underneath,
and
a bit of chicken.
You got the crunch.
You got the crunch, you got the texture, and you got the freshness of the yogurt as well. So, you know, something really simple.
Mine never looked that good. That's why you're the home economist and I'm not.
Exactly. But really simple and really effective, and just nice to have your lunch. Or it might just be in the evening. Sometimes I don't want a really heavy meal at lunch. I like a heavier meal at lunchtime and a lighter thing at meal in the evening. Yeah. So that would be perfect.
I'll tell you what, I'm very, very impressed. I've, over the years, demonstrated and shown and talked about lots of yoghurt makers. They're all very good. Yeah, this, I think, has to be the best one ever. I'm not just saying that either. I love the fact it's all natural. I love the fact that it's got a lovely long shelf life before you actually decide to make it. I love the taste of it. I've only tried 2 flavours. This is the first time I've actually done this Hansel... did I do it? No, I have done this show before, beg your pardon, a long time ago, probably about a year and a half ago. But it really does. I've got lots of comparisons that I can make, and this is the best. Absolutely the best. Now, we've got a testimony from Kathy, who's in Bath, and I'm going to just finish my potato salad. Kathy says, or Katie says, sorry, I'm a big lover of yoghurt and always have it for breakfast with my granola. And honestly, I can say that the Hansel's yogurt maker has made it so much easier. Not having to run out to the shops twice a week, this can be made within minutes, and it's fresh for up to 2 weeks in the fridge. As well as having the yoghurt for breakfast, I ventured out and used the classic natural flavour to make my tandoori-style chicken. It was absolutely delicious, and I still have plenty left over for my breakfasts in the morning. Well, thank you, Katie, for that testimonial. Remember, today you've got the opportunity of investing in basically a couple of different ways of getting started. Now, the starter kit, first of all, it includes the container. That's what does the magic. There's nothing to plug in, there's no batteries needed. It just basically is an insulated flask, really, if you want to think of it like that. And fill it up with boiling water from the kettle. And you know whether you've got a cold climate, normal climate or hot climate. Just fill it up to that level, whichever's correct for you. And then, of course, you've mixed up your powder and your tepid water in there previously, up to the level, up to the 1 kilo, and then just pop it in there, put the lid on, and just leave it for between 8 to 12 hours. Now, the colour or the actual choices you've got are either thick and creamy, which is the new vanilla flavour, and thick and creamy strawberry, all natural, as we said before, packed full of those 4 active live cultures, including Acidophilus and Bifidus, remember. Then you've got the light option, which is the second option to go with, which is light vanilla yoghurt and light berry yoghurt. Again, if you want to add fruit to it, you can do, of course, but it's 99% fat-free. As I said to you before, this one, per 100 grams, you're looking at just 68 calories for 100 grams. So a tenth of a tub for under 70 calories. I think that's pretty guilt-free. And then you're getting, remember, your strawberry berry crisps as well, which are basically freeze-dried strawberries. You're getting that as an extra with either of those options, and the third option as well, which is this. So this is if you want to make the classic natural yoghurt. Again, you get your freeze-dried strawberry sprinkles as well, but this will be perfect, of course, if you're planning to use your yoghurt in lots of different recipe ideas. The thick and creamy vanilla and strawberry is in the lead at the moment, which is not really a surprise. My favourite variety has always been, and always will be, I'm sure, the strawberry. And that is on a special freedom price as well of just £16.19. And it gives you everything you need to get started. But then we can then go to the pick and mix. Now, if you, as Jack said, if you do have a different type of yoghurt maker from a different manufacturer, these can be used in those containers. So if you don't want to go for the starter kit because you've already got one by another brand, these can be used in exactly the same way. So here's a pick and mix, and buy them and try them and compare. If you're loyal at the moment to another brand, try Hansel's and see how different it tastes. It is in a league of its own as far as I'm concerned. All natural. You've got thick and creamy Greek style with coconut, which is Jack's favourite, he said. Thick and creamy strawberry. Thick and creamy vanilla. You've also got the choice of Greek style with honey, and also the mango passion as well. So you can mix and match any 6 of these, and you all prepare them in exactly the same way as Jack showed you a few minutes ago. 493805. As Jack was saying, you know, New Zealand is known for its grazing, and of course this is coming from New Zealand. It's being imported into the UK from New Zealand, so it's using the finest milk ingredients in the yoghurt here. £16.99 the price, 493805. 40% has gone of the Greek style coconut, which is the one that Jack has endorsed.
Oh, they're listening to me.
They are listening to. They always listen to you.
Do go for it. It's my favourite. It's so delicious.
The second favourite is the thick and creamy mango passion. So you can go 3 of those, 3 of those,
okay.
or 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of what? 2 of the strawberry. Don't miss out on the strawberry. That's always been my favourite and always will be. £16.99, 493805. So that is the thick and creamy. And then we have our light and classic as well. So this is the one that's 99% fat-free. So if you are very much going on that healthy eating routine and you're very conscious about the calorie intake and all that sort of thing, obviously you want to go for the lower fat, the better. So this is 99% fat-free, and this is the one that is only 68 calories per 100 gram serving, which is really, really impressive. So a tenth of a litre of yoghurt for just 68 calories. Kilogram, sorry, not a litre, tenth of a kilogram. So there you've got your Greek style light, unsweetened, you've got your vanilla light yoghurt, and you've got your light berry yoghurt, and we've also got the light classic available for you, which is the one that is unflavoured, so you can of course use that in your cooking as well. And this shows you again how easy it is to actually make your yoghurt from start to finish. Well, congratulations to all of you that have purchased this already. We are having a very busy show. I know lots of you who maybe bought it earlier in the year when Hansel's were here last. They're not here as often as we like because he's awkward to get hold of. And to get Hansel's and Jack in the same room together at the same time is not easy because you're globetrotting normally.
I'm all there, I'm here, there, everywhere, yeah.
Well, we've got it. And remember, even if we're not doing shows on air, it will be on the website. So if you want to buy sachets, if you run out and you want to stock up in 3 or 4 weeks' time, even if we're not doing a show, look on the website, you'll find it. Now, right. I've got to let you know that the stock is going very, very quickly on the starter kit. What's your favourite option? It's a minimal outlay. We had a question as well from Hayley. She sent an email in asking, she's got, is it her sister? Her sister loves yoghurt and she spends a small fortune on it. Yep. And she's thinking about this being the ideal Christmas present for her. Is it okay, shelf life-wise?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Because it's a year's shelf life unopened.
It's a year's shelf life, exactly. So, you know, it's only if you make the yoghurt, it's only got a two-week shelf life. Yeah. But you're not going to open it, you're going to get this present, so no problem.
Absolutely no problem at all. So you can actually put the sachets inside there if you wanted to, and it'd be nice and easy to wrap them.
That's a lovely Christmas present. Yeah. You know, really nice.
Now, the strawberry option on the starter kit, what's the option? Update? 20%, the vanilla and the strawberry. 20% of the stock of that has gone on the starter kit, OK? And you're going to get the main insulated flask. You're going to get 2 of the packets. So this it's basically a choice between options. You don't choose exactly which ones you're going to get. You choose thick and creamy vanilla and thick and creamy strawberry. Or you can choose berry light and vanilla light. Or you can choose the other one, which is the natural classic. The unsweetened classic, OK? And you will get a sachet of your freeze-dried strawberries included with either option that you go for. And you'll get 3 containers. What are the smaller containers for, Jack?
Well, they're just great. If you're going to work and you just want to take yoghurt on the go...
Right. Decant it from the big one.
Decant it from the big one, exactly.
Put that in the fridge at work or something?
Exactly. Or, you know, it could just be another container. You could put the potato salad in there. You could put, you know, anything in there.
Good idea.
But great for the kids as well to take to school.
Yeah, and it actually could put other things in there other than yoghurt if you wanted to. Yeah, it will fit in the pack lunchbox brilliantly. So you get those 2 as well as the main container, which is in there, and also the insulated chamber 2. It couldn't be simpler. £16.19 if you're a Freedom member, and that's delivered. You get all of that delivered, all those 2 sachets and that, plus that and that, for just £16.19. OK, so we're going to go on the...
Shall we make one? Shall we make another one? Yeah. I thought we'd do another favourite of mine, thick and creamy mango and passion fruit.
Right.
This is a really good flavoured one. Think of the Caribbean, think of those exotic flavours. This is the one.
I've not tried this one yet, so...
really easy to make. Once again, I'll just talk you through the steps. If you've got a kettle, some water, happy days, you're good to make yoghurt. First thing we do is get some tepid water. Tepid water works best because the tepid water works really well with the powder and the live bacteria.
And remember, it's come all the way from New Zealand.
All the way from New Zealand. So when you think about New Zealand, you know, you think about premier grazing ground where the cattle are. It's the finest. So, you know, everything in here as well is, if you look at the back of the packet, it's very, very simple. There's no preservatives, there's no additives, there's no stabilisers. So, you know, you really are getting the freshest tasting yoghurt. So fill it halfway up, add the powder, give it a shake up, make sure there's no lumps in there.
And the lovely thing about being with Hochanda, you know, it's not just craft we do here, it's hobbies, arts and crafts. And cooking is one of the biggest hobbies in this country. So you can introduce yoghurt making into your cooking. You can just make wonderful variety yogurts that the kids are going to love. I'm sure as mum and dad are going to love as well. You can put them into the smaller containers and take them to work with you. So if you're thinking about the big one, you think, how do I transport it around? Just decant it from one end to the other.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you can travel the world in your own kitchen. That's what I like, and that's my mantra. You know, you can go to Italy, France, you know, anywhere in the world and use the yoghurt in your cuisine. Fajitas, imagine that. A bit of yoghurt in your fajita. Yeah. Maybe in your chili con carne, it's too hot, add a little bit of yoghurt. So
can you freeze this? Can you freeze the yoghurt?
We will, and we've got some lollipops somewhere which we'll bring out shortly. They're in the freezer.
Frozen yoghurt
so we'll do frozen yoghurt lollipops, which are really popular. And actually, the question I get a lot is when you're freezing yoghurt, do you kill the bacteria? You don't. It lays dormant when it's in the freezer. It's not until it enters your mouth and it becomes warm that the live bacteria then becomes live again.
So you still get the benefits?
So you still get the benefits of it. It's a memory that I thought had gone away, and I'm very impressed that I just came up with it. So fill the yoghurt maker back up to the top line, to the normal climate, with hot water.
Mind you, this morning, when I got out of bed and came to work, I would have probably filled it to cold climax because my room was freezing.
It was freezing, wasn't it? So pop this in and we'll have fresh, delicious yoghurt.
Water level rises. It acts like an insulated jacket around the container.
Exactly.
And that you just leave it to do its thing?
We just leave it to do its thing.
You don't have to shake it halfway through or stir it or anything?
That's it. If there's no electricity, we leave that 8 to 12 hours, preferably overnight.
Yeah.
Pop it into the fridge a couple of hours before you're going to eat it so it gets nice and thick, and we're good to go.
Or maybe do it in the morning before you go to work, so that when you come back, that's probably, what, 8, 9, 10 hours later, take it out of the thing, then put it in the fridge overnight, and it's ready to be, obviously, chilled and taken to work the next day.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Really good idea.
Make it part of your morning routine to make another one.
So with this, I'm going to do a little trifle.
Oh.
So we've got some yoghurt, so rather than using custard and cream, we've just got this, and this is the mango one I've just made up.
Right.
So this is just a little bit of yogurt, a little bit of jelly that we've made.
All natural ingredients. We are busy for all of these at the moment.
And look how glossy and thick this yoghurt is.
We're coming into the party season where, you know, a lot of people kind of throw caution to the wind and they get a bit decadent. Why not get as healthy as you possibly can be on the run-up to Christmas? Obviously, the light ones in particular, 99% fat-free. But if you're not really worried about that, or you're thinking, well, it's going to be an improvement from clotted cream or custard, you know, this is going to be much better form. It's got the active ingredients in it as well, the active cultures.
Exactly, yeah, your ABCs, your acidophilus, your bifidus, those really great bacteria which are really good for the gut.
Can I have another spoon?
You want a spoon now, don't you? I was going to give you a really big one, but no, I won't. I'm not like that.
Okay, now the colour of this to start off with looks like caramel, doesn't it? Let's have a little taste of this. This is mango and passion fruit, yeah?
Mango and passion fruit, yeah.
Ooh. Now that is a taste I wasn't expecting. That, I see what you mean about Caribbean. That is divine. Again, it's lovely and sweet.
Absolutely. You know, imagine putting that into a cocktail. You could put that through your wonderful. You could add a little bit of that tropical liqueur. I know the one in my head.
I know, you're desperately trying to think of without saying the name.
The tropical liqueur. And just add a little bit of your passion fruit yoghurt, some ice, blend it up, and you've got, you know, that sort of Caribbean, maybe put it in a pineapple.
Look, just look at the consistency. I don't know how close our cameras can get, but look, just look at how wonderfully silky and velvet it is. It's thick.
Really Moorish, isn't it?
Not gritty at all.
Let's put some onto a different plate.
All right.
It's really good to show you the texture.
Now, the mango and passion fruit in the pick and mix, approaching 70% of the stock of that has gone.
Look at this. Oh, really thick.
Oh my word!
Just dive into that, Dave. Just have
It looks like soft scoop ice cream, doesn't it?
Yes.
But it's not. Nowhere near. It is just the most gorgeous thing. It's like
tough job, isn't it?
It's like liquid velvet. It really, really is. So smooth.
And you know, often with the shop bought yogurts, a flavoured yogurt can taste quite bitter and sour. And with this yogurt, you can taste the mango, you can taste the passion fruit, you can taste the flavours.
Well, it's not synthetic. I mean, a lot of flavours are synthetic and are artificial. And that is when things taste plasticky or whatever. This is all natural ingredients, and that's why it tastes so really, really good.
And we could put some freeze-dried strawberries on here as well.
I wonder what they look like.
And that adds a really nice texture. So you've got the creamy yogurt, and then the texture of the strawberry.
So what, is it crispy?
Really well. Yeah, they're crispy. So the texture is incredible. So you bite the...
And if you are getting the starter kit, you're going to get a packet of these included.
You hear the crunch. It works so well with the combination, the texture.
It's almost like when you crunch into a meringue. Really nice. Lovely flavour as well. So if you love a bit of texture and a bit of crunch in your desserts or whatever, that's going to be included. So...
I was going to say, let's do a little
eat and mess. Go on then.
Why not? Why not?
Now, which of the options on the starter kit is looking most vulnerable at the moment? Let's have a little look. So it's the thick and creamy vanilla and strawberry. That's in the lead at the moment. You're going to get your maker, you're going to get your 3 containers. Those 2 are purely for decanting from the large one into the smaller one, so you can take them in your packed lunch or whatever. Approaching 30% on the thick and creamy vanilla and strawberry. We've got the light option. If you want the 99% fat-free, we've got the berry light and we've got the vanilla light, and that's, remember, a new flavour, the vanilla, which I'm sure is gorgeous. Not tried it yet. The thick and creamy vanilla is the new one, beg your pardon. So the light isn't new, but it is available. And we've also got the classic in the light as well, which if you're using it for your cooking in the unsweetened natural, then that's what you can go for. That's also available. And each of those will come with your yoghurt maker. You'll get your strawberry freeze-dried crunchies as well. So that is included. And then all the others are pick and mixes, OK? So pick and mixes in a second.
So we're just going to do a couple of things.
OK.
A really lovely wintry soup.
Right.
This is a tomato and basil soup, which has just been warmed through. It's got a little bit of chilli in this soup as well.
For a kick.
For a kick.
Mm-hmm.
And then just to cut through that chilli, is just get a teaspoon of your classic white.
That always looks so good when you put that in the middle of a soup.
Put that into the middle, and then you can be really chefy and get a knife and just go round, do some twirls with it if you wanted to.
So that would normally be double cream, wouldn't it?
It would usually, yeah, exactly. And then you can just get a little bit of the old parsley on top, you know.
I'll tell you what, if you substitute cream on double cream for yoghurt like this on a regular basis, how much better for you is that?
Exactly, let's just put a little bit more block there, look. Just on there,
oh,
and just so you can tuck into that. Really simple. It just works really well with hot food as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then while we've got the classic yoghurt here, let's do a really quick eat and mess, a cheats eat and mess. Just some meringues, which I've just shop bought meringues. You know, you can make them if you want. Some strawberries, and then this really thick, beautiful yoghurt.
So which variety is this? Is this the classic?
This is just the classic again, right. But you could use the coconut in it. In fact, you could use any of them.
You could use the strawberry.
You could use the strawberry.
Give yourself a real kick of strawberry then, real strawberries and the strawberry yoghurt.
Just give that a really good stir around, and then we just decant that into here. And everyone loves eat and mess, such a classic British dessert.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, without those calories, without using any cream, but you still get that decadent flavour.
Mm-hmm. Well, now, if you're wondering, because I gave out the calorie content on the light, let me give you out the calorie content on the thick and creamy, because this isn't bad either. This is actually very good. For the thick and creamy, that, believe me, tastes just so indulgent and so naughty, but this has also got the 4 active live cultures, Acidophilus and Bifidus. Per 100 grams, 106 calories. Now, that I don't think is bad at all. 68 calories on the light, 106 calories per 100 grams on the thick and creamy. So if you're thinking, oh, I bet that one's really, really, really naughty and not good for you at all, it's, you know, that's just... On the diet plan I was following, I was allowed 100-calorie snacks midway through the morning and midway through the afternoon, provided they didn't exceed 100 calories.
OK. So it's a little sin, but...
Yeah. A little sin, but not a big one.
Yeah.
And that, you know, 100 grams of that would have been virtually there.
Yeah.
Just over 100 calories.
Yeah, and full of protein as well, yoghurt. A lot of people forget how much protein is in yoghurt. So if you're looking for that protein kick, you know, fresh yoghurt, that protein kick. I've got a little bit of curry here, which I know we want to move on, but I'll just do a little... I've just made this chicken tikka masala with a pilau rice. You know, I like it really, really spicy.
Me too.
My now fiance.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Can't call it girlfriend anymore. She'll kill me. Let's call it fiance. Yeah, she likes it. She doesn't like it as spicy as I do, so I just put a tablespoon of natural yoghurt. That
will calm it down.
That will just calm it, exactly, just calm things down, and then she's happy as well, and I'm happy because I get my spicy food. But, you know, just giving everyone an example of what you can do with a yoghurt at home.
I mean, it really is a multitasker. It really is. Yoghurt is such a hero food. Now, we've had a testimonial as well from a lady called Kerry. Thank you for this, Kerry. We've just actually got this and put it up on the screen for you. So have a little look at this. This is someone who obviously loves this. As a family of 5, we go through so much yoghurt. And the trouble with the shop-bought pots that I have had before is usually the children argue over their favourite flavours, and we end up with their least favourite ones being thrown out. Such a waste. Hansel yoghurt is so easy and allows me to make the exact flavour of smooth, creamy yoghurt the children like, which is ready for the morning. The only trouble is it's so delicious that we end up up finishing it off every day. And it also is perfect for freezing and making into frozen desserts. Well, we talked about that, frozen lollies. Lollies? Don't freeze your lorry. Frozen lollies. Thank you, Carrie, for that. Thank you for sharing. OK, what are we doing? Let's remind you of the starter. Let's remind you of the kits. So you're going to get the yoghurt maker. These 2 containers here aren't to make the yoghurt in, they're to actually decant so that you can take them for packed lunches or give it to the kids or take it to work yourself. That's what you make the yoghurt in, OK? You fill it with tepid water just to there, add the mix from the sachet, then top it up to the top, and then pop it in there with boiling hot water from the tap. We'll do a live demonstration again on that in just a second, but it can't be any simpler. And remember, it's simplicity itself. You choose whether you want with your starter kit. This one, thick and creamy vanilla, thick and creamy strawberry, which will be my favourite every time, or whether you want to go for the light, which is 99% fat-free and only 68 calories per 100 grams. That is your light vanilla and your light berry. And each one will come with the strawberry crisps. And then you've got the natural, which is the classic natural. That was the light as well, wasn't it? Classic, it's classic, OK. Well, that one is available as well if you want one to be like a multi-purpose yogurt that you can use in your cooking and also for eating completely clean and straight. Or you can mix it with, of course, your fruit. You can mix it, of course, into your curries, into your dips and all that sort of thing too. So there it is. That's the classics. That's 117448, just £16.19 for either of those options, OK? And that's a delivered price as well. Now, everybody is loving the pick and mix. Now, let's give you some updates then, because a lot of you I know have already got the Hansel's yogurt maker or another yogurt maker. There are other brands out there. This will work in a similar type of yogurt maker, no problem at all. The strawberry, over 70% has gone. We've not even made one of these yet, and it's not even been spooned out. I've not even tasted the strawberry yet. Could we have a strawberry next?
We can do a strawberry
Can we?
next.
Ah, cool. My fave. OK, only 30% left. 70% gone on the strawberry in the pick and mix, remember. The operator can do the pick and mix for you if you're not happy on the website, or do it yourself at hochanda.com. Thick and creamy Greek-style yoghurt with coconut. This is Jack's favourite. Go on. Over 80% of that one is now gone. You're taking Jack's advice. I love that one. He loves that one. But I've not tried that one, so I might like that one too. Then we've got the thick and creamy vanilla. And that is brand new. Nearly 60% of the stock is gone. I love those words there. Those 2 words mean a lot. All natural. Then we've got the thick and creamy Greek-style yoghurt with honey, and that was the first one I tried, and it takes that bitter edge off of Greek-style yoghurt, which often is there. Wonderfully sweet. Approaching 70% of the stock of this is gone. Good grief. And then lastly, and not leastly either, the mango passion, the thick and creamy mango passion. This is the favourite. It's out there in the lead. It tastes of the Caribbean as far as I'm concerned. Now, well over 80% of that has now gone as well. So these potentially could all sell out. We're in that sort of territory. We're only, 40 minutes into the show, just over. If you want them, now's your chance to order them. Mix them, please, if you can. Which do you want? Do you want 6 the same? Do you want 6 completely different? Do you want 3 the same and 3 different? It's up to you, whatever you want. And then down the end here, we've then got our light variety. So if you are incredibly conscious of calorific intake, you want to have the healthiest option of everything for you, then this is going to be a good option. 99% fat-free, only 68 calories per 100 grams. And that's a good portion, that's a good helping, that's a good satisfying snack or satisfying dessert or satisfying breakfast, but it's only 68 calories per 100 grams, OK? $14.99. Now you've got the choice of light berry, light vanilla, light Greek style. And the other one is light classic, I believe. Classic unsweetened again. So you can choose between those 4, OK? $14.99, any 6 options. Put 3 of your favourite in, try another 3 different ones if you want to. It's entirely up to you. 127542. $14.99. Let's have a little look at this clip, though. This, again, shows you just how easy it is to make your own fresh yoghurt. It doesn't get any fresher. And if you're wondering about Christmas presents for relatives or friends, absolutely, you've got a 1-year shelf life unopened on each of the packets. Just look at what Jack has been making in the studio this afternoon. It's gorgeous. It really is. All of this is basically using yoghurt from Hansel's Today, a New Zealand-based company. All of the ingredients come from New Zealand. They're all natural ingredients as well, which in this day and age is absolute key. You want to know what you're putting in your body. You want to know what your children are eating, what your other half's eating, what you're eating, what your parents are eating. And if it's all natural and packed full of those 4 live cultures that we're always hearing about. You've got bifidus, you've got also the other one, which is can't see it here. Acidophilus. That's it. Acidophilus and bifidus. Those 2 are in there, and there are 2 more as well that are only doing your system, your internals good.
Absolutely. You know, live friendly bacteria, those probiotics, you know, often found in shop-bought yogurts.
Yeah.
You know, you want them as fresh as possible because that's when they work at their best.
You made me think earlier when you said, you know, little bottles or little pots of yoghurt on the supermarket shelf. When were they actually bottled? When were they actually sealed? How long has that been in transit? How long was it in the truck for? How long was it in the warehouse for? How long has it been on the shelf for?
It's gone on a long journey.
Yeah.
Probably sometimes around Europe as well. So it's got maybe gone on flights, it's maybe gone on ferry, and so it's done a long journey. You're making fresh yoghurt in the comfort of your own home and getting the best tasting yoghurt as well.
If you go to the supermarket manager and you say, "Can you tell me when that was made, please?" He wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, and remember the shop-bought yogurts, they've got loads of stabilisers and they've got loads of preservatives and additives to make it taste good, to prolong the shelf life. With Hansel's yoghurt, it's fresh tasting yoghurt. Remember, it lasts up to 1 year in the packet and then up to 2 weeks once it's made fresh.
But the chances are, because it's so delicious and so gorgeous, it won't be around for 2 weeks. Maybe 2 days or 3 days, possibly.
Yeah.
Probably not much after that.
We're going to do your favourite, Dave, the strawberry.
Oh,
Now think of that really nice. Can you remember as a kid, you used to have that strawberry something dessert?
Yes.
It was a delight to...
It was a delight to taste.
It was a delight to taste, wasn't it? Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah. To feed your little
But
angels.
it was full of sugar, you know. It probably wasn't the best for you then. But,
Do you know another thing it reminds me of is a very well-known takeaway milkshake.
Oh, with the big arch? The golden arch?
It's got that same sort of flavour.
Yes. Yes.
And of course, a little bit of what you fancy does you good occasionally, but this has got so much goodness in it, but it's got that flavour that we all, I'm sure, love. And I'm not a big strawberry, I don't like strawberries as fruit. I don't, it's the texture, I think.
Okay.
But the flavour, I absolutely adore.
The flavour of strawberry, I mean, this is just so indulgent. And this is nice in the morning for breakfast, or